Hello and welcome to SpeakCast English, your daily English listening practice podcast. So glad you're joining us today.
Grab a coffee, get comfortable, and let's dive into a simple, friendly conversation that feels like real life. We're here to make learning English fun and easy.
I'm good, but I'm not going to lie, Ava, I'm a little tired, honestly. I just got back from my trip, and let's just say it was an adventure from start to finish.
Oh, welcome back. That explains the slight sleepy eyes, haha. How was everything? Did you have a good time overall? Tell me more.
I did have a good time, thank you. The destination was fantastic. But the airport experience, well, that was definitely memorable. In a good way, mostly.
Oh, memorable? That sounds like a story worth sharing, especially for our listeners. Airport stories are always full of useful vocabulary, aren't they?
It definitely is. And before I get into the nitty-gritty, a big hello to everyone listening. We're so happy you're here.
Yes, welcome to SpeakCast English, your daily English listening practice podcast. Can you believe we're on day 2 already? Time flies when you're having fun.
It really is flying by. Today, I want to share a little about my recent airport journey, all the ups and downs, and some key phrases you'll definitely need if you're traveling.
Perfect. Airport vocabulary is always super useful for travelers, whether you're a seasoned globetrotter or planning your first trip. Let's hear it.
Alright, so my first stop, as always, was the backquote check-in counter backquote. You know, that big desk where you first interact with the airline staff.
Ah, the backquote check-in counter backquote. The place where the journey officially begins. How was it? Smooth sailing or a bit of a queue?
Smooth sailing? Ava, it was more like a boa constrictor. The line snaked forever. I was doing mental math, watching my flight time tick, tick, tick.
Oh, the dread. I can picture you, pacing, calculating. Did you think you'd miss it?
I was definitely worried. I even looked at the self-service kiosks, but they were all swamped too.
So, you had to brave the monster line. What happens at the backquote check-in counter backquote?
You show your ID, confirm your flight, and sometimes, like me, backquote check your bags backquote.
Right, so they verify everything. Did you finally make it to the front?
I did. Phew. And finally got my backquote boarding pass backquote. What a relief.
Good. The backquote boarding pass backquote is your golden ticket, right?
Exactly. It's the document that officially lets you get on the plane. Mine was digital, on my phone, which is super convenient.
So you just scan it. But it still shows all the crucial info, like your seat and backquote gate backquote?
Absolutely. Seat number, the backquote gate backquote you need to go to, and the backquote boarding time backquote. All the essentials.
You mentioned backquote checking your bags backquote. Was that why you had to go to the counter?
You got it. Usually, I'm a carry-on kind of guy, but this time I had a big suitcase. Too many souvenirs.
Ah, the souvenir dilemma. So, backquote to check a bag backquote means you hand your suitcase over to the airline staff.
Yep. They weigh it to make sure it's not over the backquote weight limit backquote, then send it off to the plane's cargo area.
So it travels separately from you. You don't see it again until you arrive, hopefully.
Hopefully. That's always a little nerve-wracking, isn't it? Will my bag make it?
Definitely. After backquote checking your bag backquote and getting your backquote boarding pass backquote, what's the next big hurdle?
Oh, the next big hurdle, and sometimes the most stressful one, is definitely the backquote security checkpoint backquote.
Ah, the backquote security checkpoint backquote. The place where you feel like you're performing a magic trick, juggling all your belongings.
Exactly. Shoes off, belt off, pockets empty, laptop out, liquids out. It's a whole dance.
And everything into those plastic backquote security trays backquote. I always feel like I need an extra pair of hands.
Me too. Then you walk through the backquote metal detector backquote or body scanner. I always hold my breath, hoping I don't beep.
Haha, I know that feeling. Did you have any issues this time? Any unexpected beeps?
Thankfully, no beeps. But I did forget to take my watch off, so I had to go back. Rookie mistake.
It happens to the best of us. So, once you're through security you're officially in the departure lounge right?
That's right. Once you're past security you can finally relax a little. You're in the departure lounge usually full of shops and restaurants.
And often, the duty-free shops Those are always tempting. Did you do any last-minute browsing?
I might have browsed a little. But my main mission was to find my gate. That's the specific area where your plane will be.
And airports can be huge, so finding your gate can sometimes feel like a marathon, especially if you have a connecting flight and a tight layover
Tell me about it. Luckily, my gate wasn't too far this time. I found it, checked the departure board one last time to confirm everything, and then settled down to wait.
So, you're at the gate What's the difference between boarding time and departure time That can sometimes confuse people.
Good question. The boarding time is when passengers are allowed to start getting on the plane. The departure time is when the plane is scheduled to actually leave the gate
So, you need to be at the gate well before the departure time to make sure you board on time.
Precisely. They usually announce boarding by boarding groups starting with passengers who need extra assistance, then first class, and so on.
And then it's your turn to walk down the jet bridge and onto the plane. Did you get a window seat or an aisle seat?
I managed to snag a window seat I love looking out at the clouds during the flight. It makes the journey feel more magical.
Oh, I'm in aisle seat person myself. I like being able to stretch my legs without disturbing anyone.
Fair enough. Once everyone's on board, you put your carry-on bag in the overhead bin above your seat.
And then the crew does their safety demonstration, and you're ready for takeoff
Exactly. The engines roar, the plane speeds down the runway and then you're up in the air. It's always an exciting moment.
It really is. Did you experience any turbulence on your flight?
A little bit, but nothing too bad. Just a few bumps here and there. The flight itself was pretty smooth. I even managed to catch a little sleep.
Perfect. And then, before you know it, you're starting your descent and getting ready for landing
Yes, landing is another exciting part. You feel the plane slow down, the wheels touch the runway and then you're finally there.
So, once you've landed what's next? Immigration and customs right?
That's right. If you're traveling internationally, you go through immigration first, where an officer checks your passport and visa. Then customs where they check your declarations for goods you're bringing into the country.
And after all that, the moment of truth. Baggage claim
Oh, baggage claim That's where you wait for your checked bag to appear on the carousel It's like a game of chance.
It really is. And the relief when you finally spot your suitcase among all the others.
Pure joy. My bag made it, thankfully. So, all in all, a memorable airport journey with lots of steps, but I made it home safe and sound.
What an adventure, Andrew. And so many useful terms for our listeners. From the check-in counter to baggage claim you covered it all.
I tried. It's a lot to remember, but with practice, it becomes second nature.
Before we finish, let's do a quick recap of today's main ideas and the most useful phrases. We talked about the check-in counter your boarding pass checking a bag the security checkpoint finding your gate boarding time departure time overhead bins takeoff landing immigration customs and baggage claim Phew.
That's a lot of ground covered. Pick 1 or 2 expressions and try them in real life today, even in a very short conversation. Or just try to use them in your head as you think about your next trip.
Thank you for listening today. You can download today's PDF transcript with all these fantastic vocabulary words and phrases in the description below. It's a great way to review and practice.
Please like this video if you found it helpful. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future episodes. And leave a comment with your favorite phrase from today's airport adventure.
You've been listening to SpeakCast English. Thanks for practicing with us, and we can't wait to see you next time on SpeakCast English. Bye for now.
See ya.